Case: Jimmy Hoffa disappearance location, Bloomfield Township, Michigan. Date: July 30, 1975. Victim: James Riddle Hoffa, age 62. Status: officially unsolved. Some people disappear quietly. Others disappear in ways that become legend. Jimmy Hoffa didn't just vanish. He became one of the greatest mysteries in American history. A powerful labor union leader. A man connected to politics, organized crime, and influence that reached across the country. Then one summer afternoon in 1975, he walked toward a meeting and was never seen again. No confirmed body, no crime scene, no definitive answer. Just decades of theories, rumors, and questions that refused to die. Because somewhere between power, loyalty, and betrayal, Jimmy Hoffa disappeared. And maybe someone always knew exactly what happened. Before the disappearance, before the conspiracy theories, Jimmy Hoffa was one of the most powerful labor figures in America. As president of the Teamsters Union, he controlled influence worth millions. Truck drivers, shipping routes, national contracts, political connections, and according to federal investigators, organized crime ties. Some saw Hoffa as a champion for workers. Others saw him as dangerous, aggressive, connected, untouchable. And by the 1970s, he had made powerful enemies. Hoffa had already served prison time, convicted on charges involving jury tampering and fraud. But even after prison, he wanted his power back. That created tension, especially with people who preferred Hoffa remain out of the spotlight. Investigators later believed there were growing conflicts involving union control, organized crime influence, money, leadership disputes, and somewhere inside those tensions, something began changing. Because Hoffa reportedly believed people close to him were turning against him. The day begins normally. Jimmy Hoffa tells his family he's heading to a meeting. Location: Machus Red Fox Restaurant, Bloomfield Township, Michigan. The meeting allegedly involves mob-connected figures, union associates, unresolved disputes. Hoffa leaves home, dressed neatly, confident. No indication he expects danger. Around 2:30 p.m., Hoffa reportedly arrives near the restaurant. Witnesses later place him in the parking lot, waiting. But something appears wrong. Because according to some reports, the people he expected to meet never officially arrive. At one point, Hoffa allegedly calls his wife, frustrated, saying, "Nobody showed up." And then, silence. That becomes one of the last confirmed communications Jimmy Hoffa ever makes. Hours pass. No sign of Hoffa. His family becomes concerned. Authorities are contacted. The investigation begins almost immediately. But investigators face a major problem. There is no clear crime scene. No witnesses to an abduction. No confirmed struggle. No body. And without a body, the case instantly becomes more complicated. Federal investigators begin reconstructing Hoffa's final hours. Attention focuses heavily on organized crime figures, Teamsters connections, known associates, because many investigators believe Jimmy Hoffa was lured to that location intentionally. Possible theories emerge. Hoffa entered another vehicle voluntarily. Hoffa believed he was meeting trusted associates. The meeting itself may have been a setup, but proving any of it becomes difficult. One major discovery changes the investigation. Hoffa's car is found parked at the restaurant. Inside, no signs of violence. But forensic testing reportedly detects hair fibers, possible trace evidence. Still, nothing definitive enough to solve the case. And this is where the Hoffa case becomes larger than reality itself. Because over the decades, Theories explode everywhere. Some believe Hoffa was murdered immediately after entering another vehicle. Others believe he was transported elsewhere. Rumors spread involving industrial sites, hidden burial grounds, cremation, destruction of evidence. One of the most famous theories claims his body was buried beneath Giants Stadium, but repeated searches reveal nothing. Investigators repeatedly focus on organized crime influence. Several mob-connected individuals become central figures in the investigation, but witnesses refuse to cooperate. Some disappear. Some die. Others deny everything. And in cases involving organized crime, silence can become permanent, because fear changes people, loyalty changes people, and time destroys evidence. Years become decades. Still, no body, no confirmed killer, no definitive confession. Yet the case never disappears. Books are written. Documentaries released. Former mob associates claim insider knowledge. But many stories contradict each other. Some investigators believe pieces of truth exist inside the rumors. The problem is separating truth from mythology. Because Jimmy Hoffa's disappearance became something bigger than a criminal case. It became American folklore. Even decades later, authorities continue revisiting the case. Ground-penetrating radar, DNA testing, forensic analysis. Tips continue arriving. Locations continue being searched. But every new lead faces the same problem: time. Because evidence disappears. Witnesses age. Memories change. And cold cases become harder to solve. The disappearance of Jimmy Hoffa remains disturbing for one reason above all others. Someone powerful vanished in broad daylight, and nobody was ever held accountable. No confirmed grave. No public confession. No final answer. Only theories, speculation, and silence. Because maybe the most unsettling part isn't just that Jimmy Hoffa disappeared. It's that whoever made him disappear may have succeeded exactly as planned. What do you think happened to Jimmy Hoffa? Do you believe he was killed immediately, hidden somewhere investigators never found? Or did the Rayall story involve far more people than the public ever realized? Let me know in the comments. And subscribe for more true crime investigations, unsolved mysteries, and cold case documentaries. Because some disappearances don't just remain unsolved, they become legends.